You know you can change your appearance just using the law of attraction? I'm going to show you how right after this. What's up guys, Namo Himalaya, Stephan from Shared Reality here, and today we're going to talk about using the law of attraction to change your appearance. Now I can talk about this firsthand because I used to look like this, and now I look like this. Now obviously testosterone played a role in that, I'm not going to front. But specifically before I transitioned, I focused on using the law of attraction to make sure I didn't draw in any of the negative things people said I would experience, like acne, hair loss, having to wait forever for a beard. I was like, nah, I'm going to use the law of attraction and make sure none of this stuff affects me and that I get the aspects that I do want, the physical changes that I do want, faster than usual. And I think I had a lot of success with that. Now, it's really easier than you think. It's stepping away from the screen, turning off that WebMD, that search, everything. You're comparing yourself to different people on Instagram, different people on all these platforms, models, Photoshops, all these things, taking yourself away from the idea that you need to improve. Here's the one thing that people miss about law of attraction all the time. They think, oh, if I want to change this, I can't accept how things are because then I'll be stuck with it. But it's actually the exact opposite. Until you accept how things are, you cannot detach from the outcome. Because what message are you sending if you have not accepted things as they are? You're sending to the universe the idea that there's a should be, and that you have not attained it. That you are not in line with what you actually want. So that's a lack mindset. You're saying, I don't accept this because I need to change, because I should be X. So in doing that, you are affirming to the universe, I am not X. So you're actually pushing yourself further away from that desired manifestation. When we instead accept things exactly as they are, because remember, there is no should, there's only just is. They're just how things are. And when you accept that is when the universe can really start to unfold its magic. Because you're saying, hey, I've accepted how things are and I'm open to anything. Let me give you an example. So I hang out on the Law of Attraction Reddit forum sometimes just to get a consensus of like what people are asking, what questions, what people need help with. And I think a lot of these people are like 14 judging by some of these posts, so we'll excuse their naivety. But there was one specifically, this guy being like, I really want to use Law of Attraction to change my appearance. I want to use Law of Attraction to get taller. Do you think I can use Law of Attraction to grow 8 inches even though the doctor says my growth plates are closed? So I'm like, okay, I don't want to come in with any limiting beliefs, but medical science is kind of like physics in this world. There's room for anomalies, certainly. You can always change things. You can wake up in a different dimension. You can go full Joe Dispenza into the quantum field and do that, sure. But to be able to grow 8 inches, they wanted like 6 or 8 inches though. To grow something crazy like that at an age where you're not gonna grow anymore, you would have to change dimensions to where that were possible. So that would take such energy. So everyone else on there was like, yeah, of course, it's a limiting belief to believe otherwise. I'm like a little more of a realist, right? So I'm like, no, probably not. You might be powerful enough to jump that many dimensions. I'd be very impressed if you could, but within this 3-dimensional reality, you're probably not gonna be able to grow 6 to 8 inches when you're already done growing. But that doesn't mean you can't grow. I grew 2 inches at 30, right? It's like, what? Just from posture alone, just from yoga. Because especially when it comes to using law of attraction to change your appearance, perception is everything. Perception is reality. So this user off the forum actually messaged me and he was like, you're the only person who told me I just have to accept how things are. Everyone else told me I could definitely manifest it. Like, why don't you think I can? Like, it's not that I don't think you can, it's that it would defy the physics of this reality. But also, why do you feel the need? Why do you feel so short, right? He was like, well, I'm 5'8", and I'm a guy, and I was like, well, hold up. I'm 5'4", and I am not insecure about my height. No one thinks of me as short because I have a tall, commanding presence. Versus you being at 5'8", or so insecure. Yeah, he had this whole post about feeling short every time he's around other people and all that stuff. And what happens when you feel short, when you feel insecure? Well, you close yourself off. You make yourself shorter, you make yourself smaller. You don't hold your head high. You have small dick energy, you have short energy. If instead in our example he were to accept his current height of 5'8" and was confident in that, well then what would change? His posture, he would stand up taller, automatically be perceived as taller. Hold his head high, speak with more directness, more commanding presence. All these things are gonna make you seem taller because perception is reality in a lot of these cases. Especially with something like height where people are just guesstimating. Like obviously it's gonna be glaring, like when you see me next to a basketball player or one of my homies who's like over 6 foot. Yes, but if he's gonna be the shrinking wallflower versus having confidence in himself, you can see how one's gonna translate as tall and one's gonna affirm his perception of himself that he is super short, even though he's taller than average when you judge it by the world's population. So I say all this to say, yes, you can use the law of attraction to change your appearance, but probably not in the way that you think. There are people who I've read literally think, oh, well, when I'm alone, I can channel my thoughts so perfectly that like my nose looks perfect and then I step outside and it turns hideous. It's like, okay, that's getting into some body dysmorphia territory. And if you are feeling that way, I highly encourage you to reach out and get help that is beyond the law of attraction. That's more about how you see yourself. But in terms of the law of attraction, our thoughts create our reality. So if you feel short, you bring in short energy, people are gonna perceive you as short. You feel tall, you bring tall energy, people are gonna think you're tall. Same with pretty, same with fit, same with all these things. And when you carry yourself in that way, when you align with that energy of what you wanna be, say you wanna feel more attractive, you wanna feel more in shape, you want to use the law of attraction to just be hotter. Well, when you start carrying yourself like a hot person, what does a hot person do? Well, maybe they go to the gym 3 times a week. Maybe they eat healthier, right? You start to act in accordance with your future self when you align with that energy. So using the law of attraction to change your appearance isn't any magic, mystical thing, really. It's just you aligning with that future self that has already made the decisions to get you to the desired body and image that you want. So start dressing that way. Start exercising that way. Start eating that way. Do these things that are gonna transmit the frequency that you want, that aligns you with the appearance that you want. And that's how you use law of attraction to change your appearance. So guys, kind of a short video today. I know I've been MIA for so long. I very much appreciate you guys sticking with me. If you want, be sure to book a session down with me. I've got free consults going in my Calendly right now to thank you all for sticking with me. I'd love to help. I'm just here to serve with whatever you got going on. I would love to give you some insight, see if there are any programs I have that could help you out with that. So guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. If you got any benefit, learned anything at all, please be sure to hit that like button. Go ahead and hit the subscribe too if you haven't already, and that little notification bell. That way you get a ding anytime I upload new content, which I promise will be more frequent. I am getting back in the swing of things. So lovely to see you all. Until next time. Love you.